first of all, I have to ask you, like whose grandmother? Because my grandmother wasn't such a good cook.
Well, actually, that's why it's not called How to Cook Like My Grandmother. One passed away when I was about 4. The other one didn't think men belonged in the kitchen, so I pretty much had to pick this up from other people's grandmothers.
Oh, all right. Going where no man has gone before.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So what'd your friend say when you said you were going to write a cookbook, How to Cook Like a Grandmother?
I didn't have the title until I'd been working on it for about 3 or 4 months. And it's, as I was seeing the kind of recipes I was doing, I realized a lot of chefs, they go for presentation. It has to be very interesting, very big and fancy. Mine wasn't. That's not how I cook. It's 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons cocoa, and dash of salt. Just mix all this together.
Mix that together.
So as I was looking at what was actually in the cookbook, I realized what it was it's not fancy food. It's not what you see at the 5-star restaurants. It's the things that, like grandma's pot roast.
Yeah.
You can eat that every week and you never get tired of it.
Yeah. Just put a sprig of parsley on the side too, and then it'll be like those fancy restaurants. I want to know, who is this, your grandmother? Who is this lady?
This is someone I found online. I just went looking for pictures.
I love her.
Everybody's grandma.
I love her. She's great.
Her name is Leola. I contacted, it was her grandson who posted the picture online. I contacted him, asked, do you think she would mind being on a book? She said, great, send me a copy of it.
Really? Really? Now, where does she live? Do you know?
Actually, I don't. It's the internet. They live in the internet.
Oh, they live on the internet. Okay. Yeah. Did your mom get upset, or any of your family? Did they say, why didn't you use?
My mother, I don't have any pictures of her cooking.
Okay.
So I just, she lives in Philadelphia. I couldn't get there to take it. So.
My children would have pictures of me going through the drive-thru.
Well,
bringing in the bag from Wendy's.
I've heard from so many people. I asked, what would your grandmother make? Well, she'd make a bag of cocktail peanuts and a bottle of Dewar's. So,
and that would be a very short book.
It would be a very short book.
That might be the next book,
but it would be popular. That'd be How to Drink Like Your Grandmother. Okay.
And did you make your own crust?
Made my own crust.
Look at that, baby, because that's really pretty.
So
what's the secret to a good crust, Grandma?
Butter.
Butter.
Yep,
all right.
Lots of butter,
lots
no
of butter.
margarine.
You agree with that? Yeah. Okay.
Margarine's not food, it's actual grease.
Oh! It's plastic? Oh, margarine's getting a bad rep here.
Here to cook some bruschetta pizza for you.
And you say bruschetta?
Well,
I say bruschetta, you say bruschetta?
Well, when I published this on my blog, I had a few Italians write in, first of all, to correct me on the pronunciation, which they were reading it. I don't know how they corrected my pronunciation. But one of them pointed out, that's not authentic bruschetta. Well, no, and lady fingers aren't made with ladies' fingers. It's a metaphor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
all
so
right, so, but Italians pronounce it bruschetta?
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay.
This is actually a technique that I learned watching somebody feed the slot machines in Vegas. He could put $100 into a slot machine.
Was it Kevin Salyer?
Didn't know him. But I watched him.
He's on vacation. He's not watching.
I watched him feed $100 into a slot machine in about 3 minutes.
Oh,
it was
that's
the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
I don't. Thank goodness I'm not a gambler, because I don't understand that. I'd rather spend my money on food.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next we take some diced tomatoes, and of course...
Right out of the can. You're not using fresh?
In Cleveland in April.
True. Okay.
So dice them fairly fine.
Oh, what's the way?
Basil pesto. Now, Herb wanted me to tell you the story about that.
Yeah.
When I planted the basil, and I grew my own basil for this, I thought herb garden, a little tiny thing.
Yes.
Basil's a bush.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me that when I planted 16 of them next to my driveway where I try to park my car.
And now it's a hedge.
Yes.
Drew, Kime, I have to tell you, this is really good. Counter Crew, do you give it the thumbs up?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Thanks for sounding so surprised.
No, I had my doubts because it seemed too simple to be this good, but it's excellent.
Glad you like it.
This recipe's on our website. Thanks for watching. Here is his book, And it is so darn cute because I've actually started reading it.
Well, good.
Because some people read cookbooks,
Yep.
and they don't cook from them, they just read the cookbook. And this is funny
Good.
and very
Glad you like it.
informative.
Well, I try. If I'm putting this on a menu for a restaurant, it's pan-seared pork tenderloin medallions, but if my kids ask me, it's mini pork chops.
Okay.
So,
all
same
right.
thing.
All right. All right. Okay. Now,
Okay.
is your meat room temperature? Because in your
is
book
room
you talk
temperature.
about having to have, because your grandmother used to go to the market every day and bring it home.
That's right.
She never had an icebox to put it in.
Right. And Grandma also probably didn't have a meat mallet. She would just use a heavy pan.
Oh my word! That is, wow, those babies went down fast.
Yes, they do.
What kind of meat is that?
Pork tenderloin.
Pork tenderloin.
You can do
okay.
with
Now, what would you recommend serving with those?
Potato salad, maybe deviled eggs. You know, this is a really great picnic food. Or if you have a little more time afterwards, make a pan sauce with it, pour some gravy over it, with some roasted asparagus. It's great.
Really? Well, did you bring any of that?
No, I didn't. Bring me on for 2 segments next time. We'll do the asparagus.
Very good.
So, do you like spicy or mild?
Spicy, honey.
Spicy, okay.
Oh, look at me.
Then you get...
Do I look like I would like anything mild? Now, I probably need to cut it and give it a taste. Very nice. Very nice. Drew Kime, author of How to Cook Like Your Grandmother. You do a great job.
Thank you.
If you've got a 5-year-old and she's making her own lunch, can you tell me how you got that to work? Because I got a 7 and a 9-year-old, and I've been trying to get them to make their own lunch, and they are just not cooperating.
Daddy!